So as most of you know, SML has been on a decline for a long while. This has been mainly in terms of character quality, plot, and general video quality, and so on. However, I'd argue that all of this is caused by one overarching thing Logan's trying to deal with. Logan's quality drop has been especially rough as of late, and I think it's because of Logan's view counts, or rather Logan's attempts to keep the view counts up. Logan has often cared about view counts more than anything else. Bad video? But it got a lot of views. Lazy video, but it got a lot of views. A bunch of repetitive videos over and over again? Oh, but they get lots and lots of views. But now that certain factors have changed, this isn't working nearly as well as it used to for Logan. So, I'm going to explain how we got here, what's happening now, and what I consider to be not only the best option to fix this, but the only option. Now back in the classic era, and even in the early junior era, Logan didn't care too much about his view counts, certainly not to a point where it would impact video quality. This would change with two things. Logan switched to a schedule for his videos, and certain junior era videos getting lots of views. For a sense of scale, a lot of views in this era was around the 1 million views mark. This would unfortunately cause a sort of shift, which is also part of the reason in my opinion for what made the junior era not very good. Logan began to equate video views and popularity with video quality. This also meant that he felt like he didn't have to try as much on other videos which actually were of higher quality. And most importantly, he felt that once he had a formula down, he could just copy and paste that onto every single video, even if it was ultimately a fluke. This entire issue was compounded by the Jeffy era and how it brought in a bunch of much younger fans. Once Logan got some of these viewers hooked because they liked Jeffy, all that needed to happen was to slap Jeffy in the thumbnail or title of a video, and behold, it prints views. And I sadly knew that this would work for a while. Until of course it didn't work, like I said would happen. Mind you, I also predicted that Jeffy would inevitably take down the channel, and look where we are now. You see, we're now 8 years removed from the time Jeffy was introduced. This was never going to be a permanent thing. These Jeffy fans would eventually grow up a bit and do what I sort of expected. Get bored of Logan continually making mediocre content. What Logan is left with now is a much smaller audience that not only isn't really growing, but is actually shrinking. Logan really is bleeding viewers. Before the cease and desist, Logan used to get 4 to 5 million views, usually within the first day or two of releasing a video, and certainly by the end of the week. Even a little while afterwards, Logan was getting multiple millions of views within the span of a day. Now he can't even get that many views at all for some videos, and he certainly can't within the first day. Don't get me wrong, the 1 to 2 million views or more is by no means a bad thing, but depending on the video, that's a nearly 50 to 80% reduction in where he was beforehand, and it just seems to get worse and worse each month. To a point where it wouldn't at all surprise me if Logan isn't even consistently getting 1 million views per video, even as soon as the end of this year. Of course, Logan isn't ignorant to this fact. However, his solution is, well, let's be honest, it's nuts. Instead of deciding to take a step back and try to improve his video quality and make it more consistently good, he's instead just making more and more videos per week, hoping this will bring the views up. What this has actually been doing is causing the per video views to go down more and more. In response to an ever-growing hole in a ship, instead of trying to stop or at least slow down the leak while he has the chance, Logan instead decided to just get a second bucket and hope for the best. He's also stretching himself thin even more by trying to spin up a gaming channel and doing vlogs, and for a bit there doing reactions to his own content. Again. I think his ideas, while well-intentioned, aren't going to help him in the long run. These feel more like desperation moves more than anything else, and this really isn't going to help anything in the long run. But then, what will? Well, I'll tell you. Logan, you seriously, and I mean seriously, need to let up on the video schedule. I would say 2 videos per week, but let's be honest, things weren't all that great with that many videos. You need to make 1 video per week, and make that 1 video good. The 2, 3, or even 4 videos per week formula has just caused video quality to diminish more and more. I know, the view counts per week will get worse for a bit, but the idea here is to get people actually talking about, hey, Logan's actually been making some pretty great videos again. But that's only if your videos actually are great. And with things the way they are now, they literally won't be. However, let's make this trade-off. Logan, you make 1 video per week, but in order to keep things afloat, you can put in one well-placed and actually well-done sponsor segment in a given video. As in, it can't just randomly come in and interrupt a video like the ones we have now. I will also say that it's my belief that Logan should retire very soon. I'd rather Logan's videos improve and end off with a bang in a couple years, or maybe even sooner, than Logan keep dragging things along as he is now to a point of exhaustion. Because even now, you can tell Logan is running on empty, both in terms of ideas and energy. Now then, let me give Logan a warning for this. If he continues the way he is right now, things are going to get quite bad in my opinion. Logan's view counts will continue to drop, which means interest in anything else he's doing will continue to drop, merch sales will dwindle, if they haven't already, and so on. As an aside, I don't know who he's selling merch to. I mean, you can only sell the same merch to the same people so many times. Regardless, Logan has the viewers he has now, and not much else. Need I remind you that nearly all SML fans were able to agree that some videos this year have been really bad? But even some of these SML fans are leaving, and when it's boring video after boring video, I can't say I blame them. I honestly don't see Logan ever reaching the heights of where his views once were, but at least we can mitigate the damage and hopefully end things on a high note. The most important part here is Logan making his videos good, and the main focus of that is Logan slowing things down by quite a bit, thus giving Logan some time to actually think over his videos instead of just releasing Brooklyn Guy's Filler Fest where he argues with an Applebee's waiter for the 15th time. I don't think I can stress enough just how important the video schedule and the needed changes to it are. Nearly every single problem with modern SML can in some form or another be tied back to the video schedule. While I don't think that things will instantly become perfect, a change to the video schedule will likely have a significant impact. Logan will actually have more time to make these videos well done and polished, and he'll be able to flesh out video ideas more instead of just having a bunch of filler because nothing else could be thought of. What SML feels like right now is that it's fulfilling a quota for videos. A sort of attitude where, who cares about the quality, we just need to get a video out for the 3rd time this week to hide the fact that views have fallen. Of course, as I said earlier, that line of thinking is going to do far more harm than good for the channel, as well as for Logan becoming burnt out. And again, I'm aware of the argument that Logan needs to keep doing this to try and keep the view counts where they are, but that won't help much of anything. My idea could just delay the inevitable, or it could cause SML to get more viewers again once he's hopefully making regularly decent content again. That's another thing I can't account for, actually. Just because Logan moves to 1 video per week, that doesn't mean that he'll actually improve his content. I hope he will, since that will give him more time to actually focus on it instead of having to move on to the next video quickly, but who knows. What I will reiterate, however, is that the way SML is operating right now isn't sustainable. There's no question about that much. In short, Logan needs to change his schedule to 1 video per week. Like I said before, I don't think Logan will ever reach the heights he once did, but hopefully this will help somewhat, while also making videos better and causing Logan far less stress. And while I don't like sponsor segments in videos, I'd prefer a good video with a sponsor segment versus a bunch of bad ones without. Or more realistically, a bunch of bad ones where one will randomly have a sponsor segment anyway. I will add that whatever day Logan picks for it to be the 1 video per week thing, it should be consistent. Otherwise, YouTube might end up downranking him in the algorithm. It seems though that YouTube's algorithm cares less now about how many videos you make, but rather if the videos are put out on a consistent schedule. But that's all for now. Let me know what you guys think of this idea, by the way. Thank you all for watching, and take care.
Thank you.